Introducing a roadshow. 9 provinces, 20 days, 1 Chief Quality Assurance Officer, a marketing manager, hotels, bed and breakfasts, lodges, late nights, early mornings, airports, microphones, stage lighting, and a whole set of new criteria and digital presentations to share with our industry stakeholders.
The relationship with the Tourism Grading Council is an important one, and it was almost destroyed when we got our first document of what the new grading criteria was all about. And instead of being aggressive towards it, we just embraced it and we went, let's work together on this, and let's have 6,000 happy establishments as opposed to 6,000 unhappy establishments, and work towards a common goal.
As we conveyed our new grading criteria to stakeholders, their response towards us was extremely positive. Quite overwhelming, actually.
With the new criteria and everything coming in, I was a bit uptight about what was going to happen, and I didn't want to lose stars, but having come today, I really think that we're going to stay on that same high level. So I'm actually very, very positive about the whole thing. It's been most helpful.
There's been widespread consultation with the industry, in fact all stakeholders, and the response from our stakeholders has been extremely encouraging. So I think there's a good understanding of the new minimum requirements and grading criteria, and to the extent that industry stakeholders are unsure about the new system, all the information they need to have at their disposal is available on our website. So from a knowledge point of view, I think we have covered that requirement in quite some depth.
We like the fact that it's taking the views that people are expressing, most importantly, addressing some of those concerns that people have been saying in the past. And we think it's going to go a long way to really make sure that from a standard and quality delivery point of view of the South Africa's tourism offering, it really will go a long way to really complement and put us up there with some of the best and some of the great destinations in the world.
The Tourism Grading Council of South Africa values all relationships with establishments and partners, and the one-on-one interaction proved to be enormously beneficial for all parties involved.
It has given us an opportunity to be face to face with the top people in Grading Council. We've just heard about them. It's like they were a tower. We communicated through mails, but today's date was fantastic, and I have learned so much, and so many of our questions has been answered, and it has brought us closer together.
I think that it's important for the hospitality industry to understand as time moves along, things change. And the fact that you were a 5-star hotel 5 years ago, if you're not going to invest and refurbish and keep up to date, you can't just assume that you're going to stay a 5-star hotel forever.
I'm considering downgrading from a 4-star to a 3-star to add the element of surprise to the guests, for them to be impressed with a good 3-star than rather have an average 4-star.
After over 400 hours of presenting, telling stories, hearing stories, laughing, and some more serious moments, we have selected some of the more pertinent questions that were put to us during the roadshow. We found this one question in particular to be held in a very serious light, and put this to our lovely Chief Quality Assurance Officer.
Ms. Kaneni, with all these changes the TGCSA has introduced, there will be those properties who continue to market themselves as star graded, while in fact not meeting the requirements of the new grading council. For example, using the plaque or stars illegally. What are you guys at the Tourism Grading Council going to do about this?
Well, there's a number of initiatives that we've actually introduced to make sure that people don't use our stars illegally. First of which is the fact that we've redesigned the plaque. So if you have been graded in the past and you don't meet our new requirements and our new minimum grading criteria, and you don't necessarily meet your level of quality grading that you used to be. For example, if you were a 4-star and you don't meet a 4-star requirement now, and you probably get downgraded to a 3-star or a 2-star, you won't be able to use our plaque, because every property we now, that gets graded using the new grading criteria, will get a newly designed plaque. So therefore the plaques will be different. And if you, a year later, because it takes grading is a 12-month status that we give to people. So after 12 months, we should have all of the properties on our database reflecting the new plaque.
Do establishment owners have to buy this plaque from TGCSA, or is it included in the grading fee?
At the moment, yes, it is included in the grading fee. In the past, what we used to do, the grading council would tell the establishment owner to contact XY supplier to purchase the plaque, and that is where also there was room for a lot of mischievous property owners that will just go and manufacture their own plaque and display it in their properties, because we didn't have control as the grading council. Now what we're saying is that we own the plaque. Your grading fee gives you the right to display the plaque in your property. But as soon as you are no longer graded and you choose to exit the grading system, the plaque belongs back to the grading council.
Speaking of grading fees, one of the key changes implemented by the TGCSA is the equitable fee structure. What is it all about and how does it benefit the small establishments?
What we've now introduced is a fee structure that takes into consideration the number of rooms. So if you have 5 rooms, it would take into consideration the star level you are applying for, which is either 1 star or a 5 star. Obviously, your rate differs depending on which market you're targeting. And thirdly, it also takes into consideration the rate you charge the visitors. So it's basically a formula that's been evened out across the different categories that we have. So now you have somebody who, if you have 5 rooms and you're in the middle of Sandton and you charge 5,000 rand a night, you would pay a higher fee than somebody with 5 rooms who charges 500 rand a night in the middle of Khayelitsha, for example.
Star grading is a voluntary system. What is in it for me as an establishment owner to get graded?
I think the single biggest benefit that people seem to miss, or graded establishments seem to miss, in looking for benefits or a whole range of benefits for being graded, is the fact that firstly, the Grading Council is the only organization that has been authorized to accredit organizations and give them a star rating when they talk about their accommodation establishment. So no one else can give you that authority to say you're a 1 star or a 2 star or a 3 star. That's the first thing. And then secondly, that ability to say you are a 3-star organization or 3-star hotel or 4-star B&B is the single biggest marketing advantage that you have as a business over somebody who, for example, has not been graded. Because that means you have been quality assured. There's an independent body, i.e. the Tourism Grading Council, that came in to check objectively on a number of criteria and minimum requirements, whether you meet it, so that you can help strengthen brand South Africa. When tourists come here, what we want them to be able to do is have confidence in the brand. If South Africa claims that this is a 5-star organization or a hotel or B&B, or this is a 3-star, they need to know what to expect.
We've just embarked on a very exciting and really informative roadshow where we engaged all our graded establishments across the country in all 9 provinces, starting in Cape Town on the 3rd of November. We traveled all the way down to PE, up to KZN, and it culminated today here at Gallagher Estates with the Gauteng Lake. And it was really an informative session where we took our member establishments onto, we gave them an update as to why we had to review the grading criteria and also our operational processes, which is all geared towards, ensuring that we, add on to our value proposition with regards to them getting graded.
And I'm very excited to have met with all of the people across the country, have met all of the establishment owners and all of their comments, which we have really internalized and have taken inside. And what we're saying is that we're really going to make sure that we provide a service to them. We are here to serve them in marketing themselves as quality assured establishments. And that for us is very important. And that's the vision that drives us.
To all of our shining stars who have been graded and continue to strive towards offering better hospitality service and establishments to guests, We salute you and hope that we can continue to work towards a greater South Africa for now and long into the future.